I'm Grump. And I'm the Game Grump.
Hey, welcome back. It's me. It's just me, Game Grump, just the errands. It's episode 2, MegaMan X. I'm gonna be fucking rocking the shit out of this. Armored Armadillo just died. Usually you would use your Armored Armadillo against Launch Octopus, so fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just fight Launch Octopus. I don't give a shit. But I'm not gonna use Armored Armadillo's ability, because fuck it. I'm not gonna do that shit. Look at this guy. Looks like he's always upset at something. He's got fucking puffy ass cheeks, like he's got the mumps. Which I've never, ever even seen anybody have. I've never even heard of it. It's like an old cartoon stereotype, right? It's like, oh, he's got the mumps. You gotta take your lumps, cause he's got the mumps. So, I've never actually, like, there's been no kid named, like, Kyle or Trevor in my classes that was like, oh, Kyle can't come in today. He's got the mumps. So we sent his homework. Because he's like the kid that likes homework. He's like, oh yeah, my parents told me to like homework, so I do. But he doesn't actually. That's the thing, right? Like, I have a lot of kids I went to school with, and like, you know, I like found them on Facebook, just stumbled upon them or whatever, and like, they used to be like valedictorian kids, and now they're like all like, they just seem unhappy, you know? Like, they have that look about them. And I'm like, man, that sucks, like, must have been so much pressure growing up to like, be like the best. Because I certainly wasn't. I didn't have that pressure on me. So I wonder, yeah, I should like catch up with some old friends from school. Because I literally don't have like, there are people that I was like best friends with when I was like 14 or something. And then they'll like get in contact with me again, and I'd be like, oh man, that's exciting, because like I remember having good memories, but I don't remember a goddamn thing. I don't remember a single thing that we talked about or said, or even like what they were like. I just and yet like I spent like 4 years of my life just like constantly chatting with them or hanging out with them. But they're shit. Well, that was dumb. But there are some things like my childhood friends and stuff. I go over to their house and we just have sleepovers and hang out. Those are the D Club. Ah, son of a bitch. Those are the D Club days. Good memories. I mean, not the D Club part. Well, the D Club part was kind of good memories, whatever, but, just hanging out, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. So these guys, shit, never mind. I was gonna say something about their pattern, but then I realized I was incorrect, so that's cool. These fuckers can die. But yeah, I just go over and we have like sleepovers almost every weekend, and we just fucking play video games. We'd always have like the one game that we were into, right? So like, for a while it was like poppin' music. I remember that was a big deal. One of my friends had the poppin' music controller, and so we came over and we were like, yeah! And then he was really good at it because he could practice. And then like DDR was big for a while, and then like a lot of fighting games were big. Played a lot of Capcom vs SNK2, and then Smash. Oh man, fucking Smash, bro. That shit was tight. Yo, I had friends that were like they like fucking dissected it and shit, and they were like, these characters do this much damage, and this attack does this much damage, but at this distance it does, because there was like training modes, right, where you could just fucking look that shit up. Like you'd hit a thing and it would show you how much damage it did. It was cool. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm thinking of Bloody Roar. I actually wrote, I've said this before on the show, but I've actually written a couple game FAQs, and they were for Bloody Roar, and you can still find them. I did a thing for Sheena, one of the characters, and I did a thing for Xeon, I think. Because I was way into Bloody Roar. I was way into the fucking competitions of Bloody Roar, and whenever there weren't many, but I would go to like anime cons, and this gets really hard. See, the thing about the no buster run is like, god damn it, I've gone through my whole life playing this game, using their weaknesses, and in this game they're really fucking weak. It's like Mega Man 1, like, they do tons of damage, and like, in most cases they'll do some kind of like stun, or like, it'll like debilitate them in some way, like Armored Armadillo, his armor comes off, and Spark Mandrill, it'll freeze him. This guy, he just takes damage. But like, I'm just so used to fighting them with that ability that like, it's a challenge to just to fight them like this. Oh, this seems to be working. Great. Wow, that's working out pretty well for me, I'd say. Okay, maybe not that one, but alright, fine. No, okay, cool. No, it's cool. No, just go ahead and kill me. I think that was my last life. Ah, fuck. Alright, whatever. I'll do another stage then. Who should I do? Boomerang? He's pretty difficult. Yeah, I'll do him. So, what the fuck was I saying about whatever? I don't remember. But, I love this game, and you should too. Oh, people are like, what's a Coanger, right? So I guess... I don't know, I think it's a type of cockroach. It's a type of Japanese cockroach. And I don't know where the name Coanger... Because that's not like a Japanese word. Coanga. I don't know, maybe it is. But yeah, it's a fucking cockroach. So, I don't know what boomerangs have to do with him. Maybe just because, like, his horns look like boomerangs, and they were like, oh, haha, that's very clever, that the horns, they look like a boomerang, so why don't we just call them boomerang? Ah, that's crazy. So when they're shooting these things, they'll shy away from you when you shoot at them, but when they're charging up their attack, they actually, they won't move. So when they're charging, they won't move, and then you can kill them. Just a little hot tip. Just a little Raptor Pro tip. I used to think that this was genius, right here, with these lasers. You got in the laser, and the guy up there will shoot you. I'll probably get hit by this one. Nope, never mind. Yeah, there you go. I'll show you. Boom, boom. Yeah, I say I'll show you as I messed up. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I made the decision to mess up there. Yeah, that's totally me. Shit. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love those guys. I remember I tried to replicate them. There was an old program for the computer called, what the fuck was it called? Multimedia Fusion. It was like one of the first, game creating softwares that was like really easy to use. It was based on Click and Create, which came before it, which was also, it was the same, but it was for like building game engines. Fuck you. And I used to try to make MegaMan clones. Not clones, but like actual sequels. I would use like MegaMan sprites, because I was way into like ripping sprites and creating sprites and stuff. So I tried to make like a Mega Man X clone and like a Mega Man 7 clone and a Mega Man 8 clone. They were all horrible, because I didn't know anything about making games. But I remember specifically, like the first thing I did was I tried to replicate that like laser guy. Because I was like, just somewhere in my head, I was like, I know this is a little bit more difficult to program because it like involves two objects instead of one. Where it's like, you know, if this object is this and then you touch that, then this object is this, and so I think I figured it out, but I don't know, it's fucking lost to time. I can't imagine I have any of those old files. Plus, like, I don't even know if they run anymore. I remember there was a community, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a community for like uploading. It was basically like a Newgrounds for specifically Click and Create games. And there was like an API that somebody wrote. There's a secret right there. You can get that heart if you use the weapon from this stage, which is actually kind of annoying because you have to play through it all the way again. There was a website that you could submit games created in Click and Create and Multimedia Fusion, then you could play them in the browser, which was unique to that site. And I remember a lot of those games had like high scores. It was sort of like an online arcade, like Newgrounds or like, I don't know, like Congregate or whatever. But my friend Kyle and I, who is an amazing game designer, he's the guy who made oh god, the fucking name is I'm so fucking, he's gonna be so pissed at me for free. It's a game we played, that Ross and I played on the show, where you have like little kids that you have to like pick up and throw to get to the end. I can't believe the name is escaping me right now. I feel like such a horrible friend, but we've been friends forever, and we used to like compare our scores. I remember there was this one game that was like, it was like a star, and then it had like a trail, and you had to like make this trail of the star. The star was your mouse, and oh my god, I can't fucking concentrate while I'm doing this. I don't think I've ever beaten Boomer Coanger with the Buster only. Well, that's it for me. I'm just gonna hang out over here and just be proud of my accomplishments. You know, this isn't no big deal or anything. I'm just playing Mega Man X to the best of my ability and fucking dying and losing like horrible crazy. So what does this do to stage? That's the thing that, you know, okay, it's cool and all, but like, I don't know. It's like a little too future, you know what I mean? So it's like Boomer Kawanger, okay, he's a fucking cyber cockroach who throws his head around, so he's like Cutman, right? But he's in like a tower, like what the fuck? And I guess there's some lore to it. So if you scroll over the levels and then you look at it, it's like, oh, the control center where the blah 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 and controls all the fucking drones that fly around and suck Mega Man's dick off. They see Mega Man and they're like, I'm gonna get a piece of that dick. And then they go to it, they're like, wow, Mega Dick activated. And then, you know, they're like, they do that and I don't fucking know. Anyway, but it's like, okay, they didn't make like a cockroach stage, you know, like they could have made a cockroach stage, right? They could have made like a stage that's like, oh man, this is where Boomer Kawanger lives and he lives with his cockroach family. And his wife's like, why aren't you killing the Mega Man right now? And he's like, shut up, I'm doing the best I can. I got teleporty powers and shit. And she's like, why don't you teleport us a job then? Why don't you teleport us some welfare? And he's like, shut up. I got my fucking control center. Shit, yo. What am I? Ah, fuck! I was so close. You goddamn fucking Kawanger. You piece of shit cockroach. You fucking cockroach. La cucaracha, bitch. Alright, next time on Game Grumps, so I'm gonna fucking go Sparkman. I know I can beat Spark Mandrill, so don't be too disappointed in my playthrough. I'm really trying. Alright, next time on Game Grump, just the errands. Hashtag just the errands. Whew, how do they do it? How do they do it?